Hello everyone, welcome to Fred English, and I'm Fred Lee. Today we're going to learn how to write the introduction section of Business Report, and this lesson is the part 1. Basic 5 sections that should be included, which are executive summary, introduction, methodology, findings, and conclusion. And today we're going to get focused on writing the introduction section. Let's find out the characteristics of introduction section of business report. What are the functions of introduction section? We have two functions that should be fulfilled by introduction section. The first one is to stress why the investigation of the issue is important. You need to convince the readers that the investigation and the resultant report is very important to solve the problems or solve the demand of the business situations. The second, to highlight the recommendations within the findings by the investigation. So actually, the recommendations are what the business report is all about. Right. Then, what details should be included to fulfill the functions? These are the contents, the background and the situation of the issue, the key problem, and the summary of findings of the investigation. These are the contents that should be included for the functions to be fulfilled. Now, let's see how a piece of an introduction section is organized. What are the elements? What are the sections that can organize the introduction section? They are background of the report, structure of the report, situation that surrounds the issue of the investigation, finally the key problem or the new demand that should be served or that should be solved out. Finally, the solution, right? In many cases, the investigation and the outcome as the report is pursued in order to find the solution for the problem. But today we're going to get focused on explaining the background of the report and structure of the report. Now, let's exercise writing the introduction section. Actually, I'm giving you the example sentences which come from the mini business report that I produced under the same title as well in the executive summary that we have already explained. The first section of introduction is background of the report, and for this section we have two steps. The first one is initiation. You need to tell the readers how this report or how this investigation has been started. For example, Korea's Ministry of Transport has acknowledged that the airports and the regional areas were faced with challenges of attracting the international tourists. The second step for the background of the report is purpose. Aiming to find the ways of overcoming the challenges, the ministry launched an investigation of the reasons of the challenges and the possible solutions. The second section of introduction is structure of the report. The first step for this section is characteristics. We can say this report is the result of the investigation and discusses the factors to make decisions that are related to making new investments. And here goes the second step, which is first section. Actually, the sections as the steps of the structure of the report are referring to the sections that were already addressed in the previous page, right? You remember the 5 sections of business reports, which are executive summary, introduction, methodology, findings, and conclusions. Yes, the steps sections are referring to those sections. Right. The first section as the step is describing these contents. The report consists of following 4 sections. First, it presents the situation in which the regional airports as the main issue of this report are operated across Korea. The next step is second section. Second, it describes the research methods, including the way of obtaining and analyzing the research data. Next step is third section. Third, it provides the information of the result of the research, including the rise in air flights demand, the limited capacity, and the solutions for these challenges. The last step of structure of the report is fourth section. Finally, the research informs the decisions that should be made for the regional areas to attract the international tourists. Right. These are the explanations of the first 2 sections of introduction section, which are the background and the structure of the report. Right. This is all for the first part of the lesson, and the second part will be continued. Thank you very much for watching this video.